the proposed Finance Bill 2024 in regards to the cost of cooking oil in this country. The proposed Finance Bill 2024 proposes to add taxes on cooking oil that is imported to this country before it is refined and refined. And the taxes of bringing or incurred during bringing the oil into this country, refining that oil and making a refined product of cooking oil is what is going to affect every single family, every single household in this country. It is my duty, therefore, to talk about it because I think most people are just annoyed because there is a proposal to add the cost of bread. And to me, I think the proposal to add the price of bread was just a decoy. The real beef is in the hidden taxes that we must tell you as leaders, we must tell you as people who read and understand the proposed finance bills. The proposal says that there are 3 taxes that are going to be added onto the cooking oil as a product, as an essential product. And those costs, those taxes are going to touch on the cost of bringing the oil, the cost of refining the oil, the cost of value addition of that oil, including the cost of putting that oil into a plastic bottle, because that plastic bottle has its own taxes. All those cumulated costs around the cooking edible oil is what is going to affect the cost of that product from the supermarket and from the shop. And I've done my mathematics and I'm thinking the minimum increment will not be less than 130 shillings per litre of cooking edible oil in Kenya. What does that mean? It means every family will have to pay harder and deeper into their pockets. And that means that the price of chapati, the price of chips, the price of sausages, the price of cooked fish, anything that uses edible oil will go up. This is not going to be easy for livelihoods in this country. And therefore, I am thinking the bread proposal was just a decoy so that somebody can come out later on when you make a lot of noise and say, oh, I'm going to remove the price, the proposed taxes on bread because I've heard you. But when he or she removes that and leaves the price of cooking oil still, as proposed in the finance bill, then we are done. Do you know it's not just about the cooking edible oil. It's also about the byproducts that are made from the process of making the edible oil. For example, we make bar soaps out of the process of refining edible oil. So it means that the price of bar soaps is also going to go up, and many other byproducts that are made out of edible oil. As we refine edible oil, we make other byproducts. That is to mean, bei ya sabuni itaenda juu, na bei ya mafuta ya kupika itaenda juu, na bei ya bidhaa ambazo zinatengenezwa from the byproduct of that process will also go high. In other words, I'm saying it's going to be difficult, even more difficult than the proposed increment of fuel levies on petroleum products last finance bill, the one that I opposed. So even this one, with this kind of proposal, I'm opposing. And by the way, the president and the executive are telling us that they are overtaxing us so that they can pay debts. And I'm saying debt is not our priority. According to this constitution, which I have read, which I was involved in the making of the constitution in the year 2005 all the way to the year 2010. I was a delegate. I went to Bomas to make this katiba. This constitution does not allow the president to collect taxes to pay debts. They should concentrate on national issues before they allocate money for paying debts. So why is everybody running to pay debts? No, we should not run to pay debts. This constitution, Article 203 says that our national interest issues are our priority. And what are our national interest issues? basic education, universal health care, access and right to food, and decent housing. Those are our priorities. So, Mr. President, the executive, members of parliament, Senate, listen to me. Before you run to pay debts, foreign debts, you should make sure you have provided us with adequate capitation to our schools. Make sure our children have access to food even when they're in school, that is school feeding program. Ensure we have money to pay doctors and clinical officers. Ensure that we have adequate money to pay our nurses and our health providers. Ensure that we have adequate fertilizers and adequate seeds to provide us with enough food as a country. And then the surplus, you can pay the debts. So I don't understand why we are running. And that is this Article 203 of this Constitution, which I will read for you. And remember, as I speak about this, I am the current chair of the committee that oversees the implementation of this Constitution by the government of Kenya through the National Assembly. And so when I am speaking because I understand very well what this Constitution says. Article 203, the following criteria shall be taken into the account in determining the equitable shares provided for under Article 202 in all national legislation concerning county government enacted in terms of this chapter. 1. National interest. 2.